Let a couple more people in. There we go. Okay, happy Monday. Tonight, I can't believe it's already week 14. I think I say that every week. But week 14 out of 16. And tonight's one of my favorite topics, the topic of personal growth. As you guys know, I talk about this. I've been talking about really for 27 years, the minute I kind of experienced it for myself. Whenever we start anything new, that or something that's uncomfortable that we're not, that we don't do all the time, that's not like second nature, it's scary. And as you are growing with anything, you're going to be stepping out of your comfort zone, which is a great thing. Not everyone loves that. And a lot of people like to stay in that comfort zone so that they don't have to feel uncomfortable. But they talk a lot about, and I say they, the industry talks a lot about um, getting uncomfortable to get comfortable. You have to try things and step out of that comfort zone in order to grow. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. The very first time I had to get on a conference call, I thought I was going to die. Honestly, head spin around the whole thing. I did it, I survived it, and I thought, well, I can do that. Maybe I can do something else. And every time I would do it, it would get easier. But that first time, to be brutally honest, I didn't know what I was doing. They told me get on a conference call, a nationwide call, and just said, share your story. And I just kind of winged it and just prayed I actually said something that made sense. Now, then of course, to back up a minute, then you get on stage for the first time and you're in front of a bunch of people. And I remember the first time I was actually on stage to train, there was, I don't know, somewhere I want to say around 2,000 people. And I was scared to death. I was actually on stage with my sponsor at the time, and she said something super goofy, and we were being timed, and the owner was in the front row, and I saw his face, and I was like, oh my gosh, and did not remember anything that I needed to say. But once I did it, survived it, didn't throw up or faint on the stage, I knew that I could do it again. So every single time you go through anything like that, at the time it's painful. But when you get to the other side, you're not ever going to be the same. And so stepping out of your comfort zone, whether that be learning a new skill, our Mentoring Monday group is learning how to do reels right now. Whether it's getting in front of people, whether it's training on a Tuesday night, whether it's even opening up a Monday like this and playing my recordings, every little thing is a step in that right direction. And if you have designs of, first off, I think anyone that's not growing is crazy. I mean, why do you want to stay the same? So if you're not taking those opportunities to grow, then, how are you ever going to reach those goals that you have for yourself? So this training tonight's going to be all about the 10 reasons why personal growth is really a game changer when building a business. And I don't care what business you're in. Like I said, you have to step out of the comfort zone. So number one, it builds unshakable confidence. I have been often known to say, I'm like that old oak tree in the middle of a windstorm. You can't knock me over because I know what I know, what I know. I've done it. I've survived it. I've moved past it and done bigger and better things. So now at this point, like I created this script probably 20 weeks ago, right? Long time ago. I haven't looked at it since then because this is the stuff I do day in and day out. So I looked at this when I started talking to you about it. I don't have to um, like refresh my memory or any of those kinds of things because these are the things that go into building your business every single day. And when you do that, when even again, the Mentoring Monday group, we've been learning, we learned habits and habit stacking, and then we learned ChatGPT and how to create graphics and how to make them your own personality. And now we're working on Reels. If I would have asked them a month ago, do you think you could have done this? They would have said no, because they didn't. But now they do. And it's just a matter of taking one step at a time. And that's what's going to create your confidence. So as you grow, belief in yourself grows and confidence changes absolutely everything. Number two, you learn how to handle challenges better. That is the truth. Personal growth, if you do not grow into the person that you are meant to become, especially in this business, and you get success, I've seen it, people lose it a lot because they're not ready for it. You want to be ready for that growth in all different ways in your life so that you can sustain it, number one. But I will never forget the day that my first owner of my company said, no one can shake you. And I said, what does that mean? He goes, because you train or you speak from a position of strength. And I said, what does that mean exactly? And he said, if you've done it, if you walk the walk and you don't just talk the talk, no one can question you about it, right? You have that confidence of getting in there and doing it every single day. So growth gives you tools to respond instead of react. Number three, your income grows as you do. Amen to this. I'm here to tell you personal growth directly impacts leadership, communication, and results. Now, I will give a caveat to this because, as in any business, network marketing being, definitely probably the top of the list, you start over a lot in network marketing because people are people. And like my very first owner of my company said, people will be your biggest distractions because the ones that say they will don't. And the ones that say, I'm not sure about this end up being some of your biggest distributors. So a lot of people don't keep their word. A lot of people will outwork you, which is the ones you're really looking for. And then you're going to have people that say, I'm going to kill this thing, and you never see them again after the first meeting. So people are people, and they're always going to be that way. So you can't let them be your distraction, and you certainly cannot let them be your reason to quit and never quit on a bad day. Because again, network marketing, you're always starting over, but you're never starting over at the beginning because you've had the personal growth that you're not back there anymore. My mentoring Monday group is not 4 weeks back, or 2 months back or 3 months back because they've come this far by doing it every single day. Number four, it expands your vision. You begin to see what's possible beyond your current circumstances. You'll hear leaders say a lot that the reason they do what they do, and I actually had a testimonial that was sent to me today, and I shared it with my leadership because it is why I do what I do, because we can make such an impact on people, both product wise and business wise. I know the possibilities. So when I speak to people and I'm like, you really need to do this product, I'm not saying that because I want to sell you a product. One product is not going to make or break me. I'm saying it because I know what it can do for you. And when you come from that place of service, I want to help you be the best you. The only thing that is the game changer there is that you want to do it as much as I want to do it with you. So it's that hand in hand. When someone is motivated to be successful, nothing will stop them. So, number five, you become a better leader. Personal growth helps you lead with clarity, compassion, and consistency. Number six, it improves relationship. Growth strengthens communication, empathy, and connection. Number seven, you develop a stronger mindset. Resilience, discipline, and focus are built through daily growth habits. The old oak tree thing, same exact thing. Nobody can tell me the products don't work, and nobody can tell me network marketing doesn't work because I've been there, done that several times over, and I'll do it again with or without whomever. Like nobody can tell me that or distract me or deter me from the goals and dreams and aspirations, motivation that I have to do what I do. Number eight, it increases consistency and follow through. When you grow internally, your actions become more consistent externally. So when you're brand new and you don't have that belief and you don't have the personal growth and you don't have that confidence that personal growth brings you, when someone calls you or says, oh, those products don't work, it can rock your confidence. It can rock your faith in what you're doing. When I was very new, my sister-in-law, Ken's sister, was my first distributor. And she called me one night. I'll never forget it. We're sitting down to dinner. She was having a get together meeting with our sponsor. And she told me something that she heard, which was something that you'd go, what type of thing. And I did that when she called and said, and I'm like, what? What are you talking about? Wait a minute. And I got on the phone with my sponsor and I said, tell me, this is what Carrie heard. Tell me about this. And she talked me through it and why it was the way it was. And in that moment that I made that decision to talk to her, to listen to what she had to say about it, and to understand the motivation behind some people to say certain things, I grew in that moment, not only in belief in the products I was taking and my family was taking, but in my confidence, not only to be a distributor, because I actually started for a discount, I didn't start to build a business, but to be a distributor and share that dream, that belief, that confidence, that vision, those possibilities to other people. So when you grow internally, I want you to remember that your actions will become more consistently externally. So, what you think, you act. Number 9, you stop playing small. Really feel like this is a epidemic that people have. And I really think it's gotten worse since the pandemic when we all were stuck at home and, all the things that went on with just our psyche at that point. People quit really dreaming and quit really believing what's possible and that you can live your best life. You get to choose. This isn't something, because it was for a while, something that people chose for us, but it doesn't have to stay that way. And you know, a lot of people, you come from a childhood or how you grew up in a certain way, and like my family didn't talk about dreams or goals or any of that. I would never have heard a positive or affirmation or quote ever in my life growing up. But who I became because of all the things that happened in my life now make me more determined to live a different life than that. And for some people, not all personalities are like that. Some people want to just give up and, like I said, stay in that comfort zone. But for the ones that don't, the ones that know there's something better out there and that want to live that life, like I've said a million times, network marketing is not only better, for me, it's the only way. So growth challenges your fear in anything against, your comfort zone, learning new things. I can't do this. What will people think of me? No one's going to want my products. No one's going to want to sign up with me. All of the things that go on right here. I don't know if you guys have ever done any kind of classes or anything, but I did this thing called Landmark Education years ago. Ken and I did it together. And what we learned is most of what's going on right here between your ears, that fear, that self-talk, I can't, no one's going to want my products, all that stuff is just fake. It's false. It's just what's going on in your head. It's like this constant TV that's on the wrong channel. You have to reprogram that. And the way that you reprogram that is only through personal growth. That is the one thing. Now, I'm reading a book right now. I think I told you guys last week. First off, so I highly recommend The Secret. If you have not watched The Secret, please, it's on tape. I mean, not tape. I'm dating myself. Netflix for free. I think YouTube has it for free. It also is in a book or an Audible. So The Secret, Rhonda Byrne. And she's got a couple other ones. The Power on Audible. I mean, audio. I actually have the discs, which I can't play in my car anymore. But it's on Audible as well. And that kind of puts The Secret into action. And then there's one called The Magic. And The Magic is 28 days to kind of reset your routine. And the one I'm reading right now, I want to make sure I get the title right. Countdown to Riches. It's from her as well. It's called Rhonda Byrne. Countdown to Riches. I am listening to that on Audible. And then several years ago, 10 years ago to be exact, when I opened Innovative, I guess right before that, I sent it to my leaders a book called The Crossroads Between Must and Should and Must. Anyways, one of those two. And I sent it to all of my leaders, and I hadn't picked it up for a lot of years, and I decided to reread it. And I'm reading that one right now because personal growth does not stop. It's not a one and done thing. You can, and I suggest you, I mean, watched The Secret because I actually have the video of it, and I do have a video player. I've probably watched that 25 times, maybe more. I really highly recommend that you revisit it. And then the power is amazing. Like I said, that kind of puts it all into action. And you are completely changed just from The Secret. Your life will never be the same. That personal growth where you step out of that comfort zone and you learn how positive thinking, the attitude of gratitude makes such a difference in your life, you won't ever be the same. But those are just some suggestions. I have a reading list too if you guys want. But you should constantly be working on this because you've got to change that channel. And for a lot of us growing up in certain, situations or homes or whatever the case may be, this station is really stuck on some bad stuff or things have happened. We all have life. And so having that channel changed by doing some personal growth work is super important. I've done probably more than all of you, maybe not Melody, but all of you put together because I'm constantly doing energy work. I do clearing stuff. I do, you name it, just because I should be my biggest project. I should always be working on myself to lead by example, not only for you guys, but for my own family as well. So, growth challenges fear, self doubt, and limiting beliefs. So, I'll start with The Secret. And if you've watched it, watch it again. And then number 10, you become an example others want to follow. I hope that I am that person. That's something I strive to do every day with just my normal routine, my normal habits, fitness, taking my supplements, making good choices, doing, the personal growth work, the reading, all of those kinds of things, because your growth inspires others to step into their own potential. And every single one of us has that potential that others see in us before we see it in ourselves. And I see it in every single one of you. And I hope my belief helps you until you believe in yourself. But I am serious about this. I'm 5'2" on the outside, but I am 7 feet tall on the inside. And it's because of all the personal growth I have done. So with that, next week will be week 15, obviously. So I'm excited to see you all then. And then this will be posted on HeidiWhitehair.com. All of them are the last 13 weeks, and then this one will be tomorrow. So you can print off your sheets and you can rewatch any of these that you want to watch. And tomorrow night we will be doing obviously our Be Hip Opportunity meeting, 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Invite some friends and join us, and I will see you guys there. Thanks so much.